What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the second movie that DC is releasing this year, and that is Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer and starring a lot of actors that I'm not going to waste your guys' time saying all of them. Let's get right into the review. P.S. As always, this review will be completely spoiler free. I'm not going to talk about all the plot details. I'm just going to talk about what I liked. Let's get straight into it. This movie is all about the Suicide Squad and how they came to be. And the government is talking about the next Superman, and if this person can be just as powerful. And so Amanda Waller is going to recruit these crew of bad guys to take on this next enemy. There's this big portal that's causing havoc to the city, and so the Suicide Squad's got to team up and stop this portal from destroying the world. Now, if you guys watched my older videos, you would have seen that I was not excited to see Suicide Squad because I wasn't that big of a fan of the craziness that these characters were portraying. And it wasn't my type of comic book movie. But I really like the director, David Ayer. I think he's extremely underrated. And if you guys have seen his movies Fury or Training Day, I think they're very good movies that people need to see. And so I had some hope for this movie. Walking out of Suicide Squad, what did I think of it? I was very entertained by this movie. I enjoyed it. I'm actually one of the few people that really enjoyed this movie. And so let me talk about what I liked about this movie and what I didn't like. Let me talk about the performances in this movie, and I was very impressed. Starting with the lead man, Deadshot, played by Will Smith. Man, Will Smith was so good in this movie. He really made this movie what it is. His character is really funny. I was laughing so hard at Will Smith's character in this movie. It was fantastic, and Will Smith has that charisma, and I really love the character of Deadshot in this movie. The other standout in this movie is also Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie was the perfect choice to play Harley Quinn. She has that psychotic side nailed perfectly, and she has that sexy side perfectly that make Harley Quinn. And Margot Robbie, you did a fantastic job portraying that character, and it was awesome. I was really worried about this character going into this movie, but I can say I was impressed with Jared Leto's performance as the Joker. For what they gave him to do in this movie, I was interested in this character. He's way different. He's like a mob boss, Scarface type of Joker, and it's extremely brand new. Now, Jared Leto is nowhere close to being as good as Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, but I was entertained with his performance. So, Jared Leto, you get my thumbs up. I do have one problem with the Joker, but I will get into that in my negatives. Overall, I was satisfied. I cannot believe I'm about to say this, guys. Jai Courtney was really good in this movie. Can you believe that? Jai Courtney was actually good in a movie for once. His character was really funny. He had some of the funniest lines and moments in this movie, which blew me away. He did not ruin this franchise at all. Jai Courtney's character is extremely likable. I also like Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag, but you need someone to recruit all these members, and you need Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. She was so good in this movie. She has that confidence nailed, and she does such a good job in this movie. I could see no one else playing her but Viola Davis. The action sequences were very good and entertaining. I was mesmerized at them at how much this team kicks ass. and it makes for some of the best scenes in the entire movie. There's one scene I'm not going to talk about because it is a spoiler, but I was impressed. Another thing that I was extremely pleased with this movie is the chemistry. Their chemistry is fantastic. When they all come together for the very first time, it's that humor that makes it so good. And it made this movie extremely entertaining for me. I was very impressed with their chemistry in this movie. The soundtrack, it is so good. I really enjoyed it. It was like a darker Guardians of the Galaxy type of soundtrack. That soundtrack's a lot better, but there were some great songs in the soundtrack that I was entertained by a lot. As I said earlier, guys, this is not a perfect movie. There were definitely problems with the movie that I've noticed, and let me jump right into those flaws. The first gripe I had with this movie was the third act. It was really weak compared to the first act, which was amazing. This movie started off really strong, and with this, it's kind of like a train ride. It starts off great, the train's moving along really fast, you're entertained and enjoying it, but then once you start to get to the second act, it starts to get slower. And then by the final act, the train comes to a complete stop. And that's where the movie really wasn't that good. As I said earlier, this movie has a big portal that they have to stop. And where have I seen a portal before? Let me think about this. Ghostbusters 1984, 2016, TMNT 2, Avengers 1, pretty much every Transformers movie. I've seen it many times before, and I'm sick and tired of it. Another thing that bugged me about this movie was the villain. If you guys think the Joker's the villain in this movie, you're completely wrong. The villain in this movie's name is Enchantress. She's like this witch thing that can control people, and she does these weird, creepy-ass moves. It's like, what the hell is this? Anyway, this was so stupid. The villain was terrible, and she didn't add anything to this movie, and why was she even in this movie is my question. And the last gripe I had, I said it earlier, involving the Joker. There was a lack of certain characters in this movie, and the Joker's one of them. He's barely in this movie. This movie, I think, would have made more sense if he was the villain in this movie. He had a lot of awesome moments, but if I could guess, the Joker had close to 20 minutes of screen time in this movie. And it's like, what? In the end, guys, those were my only gripes with this movie. I had a pretty fun-ass time with Suicide Squad. I enjoyed it. I liked the characters. It was really funny. Just if they fixed all those problems with the third act, then this movie could have been a lot better. But I was one of the people that really enjoyed this movie. On my rating scale, I'm going to give Suicide Squad a 3.5 out of 5 stars. If they fixed the third act completely, then I would have given it a 4 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, that was my review for Suicide Squad. Have you guys seen the movie yet? Are you going to go see it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you guys as always for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!